One of the fastest growing cities in South Africa is Mossel Bay, and along with the growth is new innovative ideas that have come to the city, and one of them is Quadrant Golf. It's an indoor facility where you can play golf, and some of the lousy days it's beautiful today, but on occasion it's raining, you can come down here and play. You can check your numbers, you can have a lesson, and you can really have your equipment fitted correctly for you. There's so much going on here, it's really exciting. Let's go and have a look inside. Oh, there he is. Opia Botas. Lovely to see you, my friend.
How are you, Dave?
I'm fantastic, man. I'm so happy to be here. I mean, just firstly, we can go back to the late 80s when we played golf together at university.
Now, you were a PE man, you.
And you were Potchefstroom University.
That's correct.
Great days, you know what I mean? And now we still have this amazing passion and affinity with this game. And you've done some really cool stuff.
Yeah, well, I guess so did you, yeah? We see you with that little backpack on the TV and all sorts of things, wondering if there's a few beers in there or not. But anyway, yeah, Dave, it's amazing how golf keeps guys together. Eh? I mean, they can not see each other for many, many years, and then when they see each other again, they just catch up as old friends, as if nothing has happened. And I think that's what golf is all about. Just golf is such a common denominator amongst friends like us, you know, and I think that's the beauty of playing golf.
Let's just talk a little bit about this facility. You've always been a guy who's looked for new opportunities, trying to be on the cutting edge of the sport, and you found something really special here and built a facility in Mossel Bay of all places. That's quite a good story in itself.
Yeah, well, Mossel Bay is a nice place for a start. I mean, it's a lovely place to be. It's a lovely place to stay, and yeah. I think the game is evolving a little bit. You know, I think the future of coaching is going to move indoors. If you look at the girls' golf, for instance, I think there's a lot of those people from Eastern countries growing up with this type of facility, and they pretty much dominating the world of golf.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I thought, well, seeing that South Africa is always about 10 years behind, we thought to give it a bit of a push. And it was always a dream of mine to create something which golfers will enjoy. And we've put up a facility here which I think is amazing as far as developing the game, you know, coaching, all sorts of things. I just think the older guys, especially our mates and older, two guys walked in here the other day and asked us, well, do they each get a remote if they want to play in here? You know, people don't realize that you got to bring your A game if you want to be in here.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing about this, you can't hide.
Yeah.
You do something wrong, the place will show you what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of golfers scared to see that.
And I think, sorry to interrupt you, you're talking now about the Trackman technology, where each studio, we call it that, is set up with a Trackman, and the guys actually play a golf course, many golf courses around the world, and can be in a competitive environment.
Yes, there's about 357, I think, golf courses on this thing that you can play from all over the world. So we can travel the globe in one day. You know, we can play in a few different countries, and the golf, I think, is close. There's obviously things different out there from playing golf out on the golf course. But I don't think any of these places is out there to be opposition to a golf course.
Yes.
We want to develop the game of golf, and we want to make it easier for the golf courses where the guys playing out there, that they learn in a place like this. They're not a nuisance for the golfers out on the golf course. We teach them how to play the game, and when they eventually set foot on the golf course, they know what to do, and they will not hold up the field, and they will not make a nuisance of themselves. And I think that's where the place of this type of place, that's where this type of place can be part of something interesting, which I just got to mention. I played golf a couple of weeks ago with the guys. They call themselves the blind golf. They play blind golf. Wow. I didn't know that the blind guys played golf.
Yeah.
But they're actually not blind. They've got vision up to about 5 meters.
Yes.
So now you think a guy on a golf course who's got vision up to 5 meters, he cannot see where the ball's going.
Yeah.
You got to point him where to aim,
Yeah.
those type of things. He's got no need to go onto the practice tee because he can't see where he hit the golf ball and those type of things. But here, where the guys are playing golf and the screen is only 3 meters away from you, for the first time, these guys can now actually see how they hit the golf ball, what shape they hit the golf ball, because they can see still on that screen.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's actually opened up an amazing world for these guys. You know?
And I think to that point, a lot of the better players, we see the practice ranges at the tournaments, they've all got a Trackman and they're looking at their numbers. So do you get some of the better players that come down here and check their own numbers just to make sure that they're on track in terms of what they want to achieve?
Yes, we had a few of the better players in here, but I think it's a necessity for every golfer.
Yeah.
I think every golfer will become better once he understands himself. Now, I'm busy with a book. I would like you to help me finishing this book because I've been busy with this book for 2 years.
Yeah.
And one of the chapters in that book is the golf ghost of the past.
Yeah.
And the question is very simple. When is the golf ghost of the past your friend?
Yeah.
And when is it your enemy?
I'll look forward to reading that book.
Yeah.
But now let's just go a little bit fast forward. You had this idea, you built this amazing facility, and then you've put on the first, I believe, in the world, indoor pro-am, and you've invited a couple of your mates, all senior tour professionals,
Yes.
to come down and engage with your clients and customers. And this has been arguably one of the most fun things I've done for a long time.
Yeah, that is good fun. I tell you what, I didn't know what to expect, to be quite honest. I didn't know if the guys will really enjoy that. I took a chance on trying to do something. Our partner, Philip Degenaar, I mean, he's a businessman and he's always looking for opportunities and stuff like that. So when I phoned him and I said, Philip, I need a bit of help. I need to pay some of our friends to come and join us. He jumped and he said, well, I think he thinks it's a good idea, and he was on board immediately. So we didn't know what to expect, but what's amazing here, I was sitting here and trying to get a few tips here as you walk in, because I'm only teeing off at 7 o'clock tonight. I know you played early this morning, but I only teeing off at 7 o'clock. So I'm trying to catch a few tips. But the amazing thing for me is that the guys are all having fun, even if they're playing crap. If they're playing badly, but they're still having fun. Out on the golf course, I think a few clubs would have gone all over the place. But the guys are having fun, so they're trying and they keep on trying. And it's not that easy. People think it's easy, but it's not that easy.
I think it's a totally different concept because we're reliant on swing technique, and this requires a little bit of feel, and especially on the shorter shots where you would see the distance. Now the distance is told to you because it's on the screen. You think it's 50 meters, actually only 40 meters, and it has a fundamental sort of impact on the shot that you're going to play. So you have to be a little bit more imaginative. That's been amazing for me.
Yes, that was a serious eye opener for me. And in that book of mine, I call it the Hospital of Golf. And the Hospital of Golf was all those shots under 100 meters, from say 20 to 100.
Yeah.
And golfers, they want to improve their game, and the first thing they want to do is buy a new driver.
Absolutely, yeah.
The guys don't spend money on buying new wedges.
Yeah.
We're doing it the other way around. My field of speciality is the short game. So I'm trying to focus a lot on the short game in a place like this. And the technology in Trackman, helping the guys to get that feel on the short game, is amazing. And we're getting in unbelievable results because the guys are getting better in the short game, the short game. And I don't think you can do it without this type of technology. You get on the driving range outside, you hit this little shot. If you haven't got a Trackman or something standing behind you, you've got no idea whether that thing is flown 50 meters or 45 or 30 or 35. And there's a big difference between a 1 meter putt and a 5 meter putt. At our age, we're battling to make the 1 meter, so what about the 5 meters? Even worse.
Well, I can't tell you how much fun I've had so far. I'm looking forward to much more. I'm going to be here many times because this is such a great venue. There's so much to learn, and I really appreciate not only what you've created here, but your staff are just fantastic. I feel so welcome, and I know this tournament's going to be a big success and a kicker for you, so well done.
Thank you very much, Dave, and thanks for being part of this. And I'm looking forward to having you in here. Maybe we can make you a better golfer.
Thank you. One of the participants in the Quadrant Golf Pro-Am is a new 50-year-old, Sean Farrell. Sean, I think this dials straight into your mindset because you've done so many innovative things in golf. How are you finding this particular event and the facilities?
Yeah, so Dave, it's been awesome. I mean, as I said, I'm recently 50, feeling it, but golf guys is my business. We've always tried to do something out of the box. And a lot of people know what we do for golf days. This is awesome, 5 bays, Trackman. This is not rinky dink. There's a lot of money spent here. It's a great value for Mossel Bay, for golf tours, corporate leagues, bad weather, you pop in here, you can pick any course you want. It is accurate. So for us, it's new, we get used to it. I think it's been fantastic. And certainly from my side, my golf tours, if we've got a bad day, we're going to park the bus here, bring the 12 Oaks in here. They can have a great time, spend good 4 hours, and not waste a day on tour.
Let's just talk about your own personal experience. So you're a very good player. How did you find playing the golf? I know there's these little intricacies that make it a bit difficult, but you played nicely today.
Yeah, so it was fun. So we've had a bit of practice trying to chip and putt. The putting's interesting. My putting's interesting on the normal course anyway, but it was great. So the tee to green, we're getting much more accurate. The chipping was really accurate. Bunker shots, you'd be surprised how it works. And I think the more you play it 2 or 3 times, then you're going to enjoy it more because now you get the feel. The first time you're going to learn a few of the ropes, and then you're A for away.
And I think just the Pro-Am component's also quite interesting because you're playing with guys who are not necessarily the best golfers, but they're having so much fun doing this, and that's exciting, isn't it?
Exactly. So it's also fun for them to watch us have a couple of bad holes, which is going to happen. And for them, it's great. They hit good shots. It's fair as well. Like you say, you can be against a tree, you just hit it, it's fine. And I think my guys enjoyed it, which is the big thing. It's about fun. It's about aiming a good laugh, enjoy the good shots, have a giggle at the bad ones, and off you go.
And isn't it great to catch up with all our mates that we've played golf with over a multitude of years? There's so many lovely stories. That's been also a good part of this.
Yeah, so for me, I haven't played for 20 years, and so it's been great to see James Kingston, Chris Davis, and Claudia, all the guys. It's like old days.
Yeah.
So for us as the old buggers now, it's a lot of fun.
One of the youngsters on the senior tour is Andrew McLeod, who's had a wonderful start to your career on the tour. A couple of wins, a couple of top 5s, amazing. All of that is brought about by hard work and practice, and this kind of facility really lends itself towards that.
Yes, so when you're using Trackman, you can get really dialed into the data, the numbers of getting it down to the last foot. And the last mile an hour, you can gain 3-4 miles an hour, you can gain 10 meters carry purely on spin rates, and then obviously to practice and play, and it analyzes your swing. So when you have this and the weather's bad outside, it's you're privileged.
And of course that data, you've learned how to read that data. I think that's also a very important element of getting the best out of Trackman.
Yeah, I started fitting, it's about 10 years ago, and learning about how to achieve certain flights, launch angles, spin rates. So the importance of spin rates, getting a driver, the launch angle and the spin rate within a certain window, with the same ball speed, you can actually hit it further because aerodynamically the ball will fly better through the air.
But that's quite amazing information, and sometimes it's intimidating for amateur golfers when they go through stuff like that they don't understand. So, but it is equally important with a professional as an amateur, and the justification of fitting is something that you've excelled in, and you share a lot of information. So Trackman has been your reference point.
Yeah, with the amateur, most of the players you'll see, they'll create excess of spin. It can be swing related, but then you can actually get honed into certain shafts and head without changing any swing fundamentals, just to bring their spin down. And everybody's coming in looking generally for more distance and dispersion.
Yeah.
So when you understand that data, you can get the guy after 10 shots, you can gain distance.
How does that impact on your own game? Because you're playing exceptionally well now. Is that you've obviously taken heed of your own advice?
I have. I made a big driver change because of the technology and the data that we are exposed to. I went to a 3-wood in the driver, 3-wood shaft rather in the driver, which gave me, it cost me about 2 or 3 miles an hour ball speed, We use miles an hour.
Yeah.
But the dispersion was so tight. So sometimes it's not about chasing just distance.
Yeah.
We want dispersion, for me, is key. And then from there we'll try and get distance. You know, this is the way the game moved. 8 years ago when I started using this technology and learning about fitting, I actually envisioned something like this back then in Joburg, but now it's happening here. This is probably the best one I've ever been in. You know, the weather in Mossel Bay can be a little inclement at times, and what a perfect place to come. There's food, there's drinks, there's music. You can play 18 holes in 2 hours.
Well, listen, we wish you all the best out there this afternoon, and it's going to be a great day, and you're going to have a lot of fun. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, David. I see you're at the top of the leaderboard.
For now.
So